Hey kids, just got a little quickie for you here. I'm getting a little bit nervous about some of the drafts I'm reading. And I want to remind you quickly that this critique essay is a critique of the argument, not the issue. So the opinion you're rendering in your essay, and you do want to provide an opinion, but it's your opinion based on the argument, based on the learning of this unit. Is it a valid or invalid argument? For some reason, some folks have difficulty separating the argument from the issue. If you're having trouble, here's what I suggest. Take yourself a piece of paper and ask yourself, what is the subject of the essay? So we'll go back and we'll take one of our crazy thesis statements from last week, that global warming is caused by lizard people. Okay? If that essay were actually being written for real, the subject of the essay is global warming and lizard people. If you write that down and tape it up on your computer, then pay attention. The moment you start talking about either global warming or lizard people, stop, because that's not what you're being asked to write about. So if you're writing about global warming or lizard people, or if you're agreeing or disagreeing with the writer's opinion on either of these things, stop immediately. That's not what this essay is about. And if you give me that essay, I will not be able to grade it, because that's not what I'm asking for. So if you have something like this, what is the actual subject of the essay? And when you start talking about the subject of the essay, stop, except you might need to give a paragraph of background or something like that, of course. But if your essay is about the same topic that the writer has chosen, that's not what we're asking for. And if your essay is talking about why you disagree or agree with the author, that's also not what we're talking about. We're asking for your opinion of the argument. So once you've done that piece of paper, do yourself another one. What is the writer's argument on the subject, and is it valid or invalid? So we're not writing about lizard people or global warming. We're writing about the argument. And so my opinion on lizard people or global warming, or my agreement or disagreement with the writer, is irrelevant. My opinion is the opinion of the validity or lack thereof of the argument. That's why we've been studying this logical fallacy stuff this week. Okay? And I need to be strict about that, because that's what we're supposed to be learning. We're not exploring the topics of lizard people or global warming. We're learning to evaluate an argument by looking at an argument and then deciding if it's valid or it's invalid. So please don't give me an essay about the same subject that the author chose. That's not your subject. Your subject is not lizard people or global warming. Your subject is the argument on lizard people causing global warming, and is that a valid argument or not? Your essay needs to show the knowledge and mastery of the material we've explored this week. It is entirely possible to say that an argument is valid with which you strongly disagree. You don't have to agree or disagree with the writer. You have to express your opinion on the validity of the argument. And we've explained and defined those things pretty carefully this week. So just be sure that you write about what you're supposed to be writing about what you're being asked to write about. Otherwise, you deprive me of any criteria by which I can evaluate your essay, and I'm just going to have to say, sorry, I can't evaluate this, because it's not what I asked for. So again, your opinion is the argument is valid or invalid. If it has logical fallacies in it, it's invalid. That's all you have to do. You don't have to express your opinion on the topic, and you don't have to agree or disagree with the writer. You don't even have to agree or disagree with the argument. You simply have to judge the argument based upon the criteria that we've provided for you in this 2-week unit. Okay? I'm just getting a little bit concerned, and I wanted to throw that out there to give everybody the best chance possible to take another stab at this thing and maybe try to understand it a little better. Not the topic, not the subject, and not agreeing or disagreeing with the writer. If you find yourself writing on any of those three things, either the topic or the subject, or agreeing or disagreeing with the writer, you find yourself spending paragraph after paragraph writing about that, you have to stop and back up and write about the argument. So to an extent, the issue, the topic, the issue is irrelevant. They're interchangeable. For instance, the article I sent you out yesterday or day before is about Chinese parenting techniques. Okay? Your opinion on Chinese parenting techniques is entirely irrelevant to this essay. Your agreement or disagreement with the writer is entirely irrelevant to this essay. Your opinion that you're expressing in your essay is this a valid argument or not? Does the writer present adequate evidence? Is there a valid deduction? Is it a good argument or not? Not do I agree with it, not do I disagree with it, not am I expressing my opinion on the topic. My opinion is of the argument. Is it a good argument? Is it a valid argument or not? And if it is, why? If it is not, why? Don't be distracted by writing about the issue. Don't be distracted by agreeing or disagreeing with the writer. None of that matters in this essay. That's why we've been so carefully preparing the logical fallacies analysis that we've been doing these last couple of weeks. Okay, please be strict with yourselves about that, because if you give me an essay that I can't grade, I can't grade it. I can't work on your behalf if you don't give me the product that I'm able to judge for you. Okay, I'm just going to send this out right now so that I get this in your hands as quickly as possible. I know it's, noon on Friday, but I'll just send it out for you, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, bye.